I would say the self-improvement industry started in about 2021, 2022 when Hamza blew up, and then a lot of sub-channels blew up off the back of that. And I think a lot of people then got into self-improvement through meditation and whatever that might be. And then they realized that the gym was the thing. And then they realized that money was the thing. And I remember being 18 years old at university, and I started meditating and gratitude journaling and doing all that stuff. And then it got to the point where I realized, oh, I can make money as well. Like, it's more than just self-improvement, it's also money. And it's also gym. I remember I started trying to make some YouTube videos a couple years ago as a form of primary source of income while I was going through university with, a little waiting job on the side. That was my primary side hustle, if you will. And I realized that making money online was a thing. And then making money in general was a thing. And then I started to go to the gym. I think a lot of people see that path and they stick to it. They stick to money and gym. And all they do and all they strive to achieve in life is their best physique and all the money in the world. They think that it's going to solve all of their problems. Now that seems to be an epidemic amongst younger people who perhaps started with self-improvement in around about those years of 2021, 2022. And all they do is money and gym. And I wholeheartedly believe this is exactly why women are viewed in a way as a form of gold digger, if you will, some women. Wrongly so, might I add, as the whole point of this video is that it's a wrong view. Fundamentally, your inputs equal your outputs. It's a natural thing, whatever that might be for. If it's maths, if it's for life, if it's the situation that you're in, your inputs equal your outputs. If all you're inputting into your life is money and gym because you think that being better with your physique or with your income, with your level of lifestyle, if that's all you're inputting, then your outputs will only be money and gym. Now maybe you can see the underlying point that I'm trying to get at here, and I'm about to nail on the head directly. If all you do is money and gym, women will only like you for money and gym. They will only like you for your physique, and they will only like you for your money, because that's all you have to offer. That doesn't make them gold diggers, it makes you shallow. And the way to get around this is quite simply to invest time into learning a wider variety of topics, into becoming a better all-round person in your own definition. For me, in my definition, that means learning about the world, learning about world geography, learning about history, playing the piano, playing a different variety of instruments, just having a holistic view of life that expands to more than money and gym. Now, first of all, is there something that comes to your mind? Maybe you too think, oh, you would like to learn how to fix a car. You would like to learn how to fish. You would like to play an instrument, be it for yourself because you love music, or be it for the view that one day you will be sat around a campfire with a guitar and you will be playing and singing and serenading women. Who knows, right? If that's your goal, that's your goal, and I can't hate you for it. But you need to have something more about you than just money and gym. Music's a great way of getting into it, but also just spending time devoting yourself to learning a wider variety of topics so that you're able to talk to these people and actually have an interesting conversation that's more than just, yeah, made 10k this month and yeah, been to the gym 5 times this week. Because that's all well and good. And genuinely, this kind of sounds sarcastic, but genuinely, bravo for it. Because it's big. But on its own, it's not the best thing in the world. It's 2/3 of the equation. The other third is well-roundedness and lifestyle. And the lifestyle comes to the well-roundedness. I genuinely believe you should be devoting a fair amount of your time, a few hours per day, into general knowledge, whatever that might be. So you might sit down and think, right, I'm going to look at a history topic, or whatever your perception of being more, let's say like James Bond, whatever your perception that might be. If James Bond is your guy, if some other person is your guy, you idolize, or you think that's pretty cool. If Tommy Shelby is your guy, who I don't know who it could be. What does that person do in their spare time? When they're not in the movie, when Daniel Craig isn't acting as James Bond, what does the character of James Bond do? Does he go back home and read? Does he go back home and play instruments? Does he go back home and scroll through Wikipedia? I don't know. That's something for you to figure out. But what pulls you is what you should too be investing your time in. Because you believe, perhaps, that women are gold diggers. It's not true. It's simply that that's all you have to offer is money and gin. And the way that you improve that, the way you stop having that negative perception of women, is by being more well-rounded. It's by having those side topics. So my mission for you is to find the side topics that you would like to learn about, that you want to be able to have conversations with. Bonus points, if from a female perspective, those conversations and topics are those that you can have conversations with women about. For example, you can go and learn about, let's say, what's something that wouldn't get me in trouble with YouTube. Oh, I can't think of anything. Weapons is the first thing that's going to come into my head. It's not a fascination of mine. I really couldn't care less, right? It was just the most masculine thing that I could think about. If you were like weapon obsessed, you don't want to talk to women about it. Have some stuff that's unisex, that you're able to have conversations with multiple people about, from multiple walks of life. Maybe it's, I don't know, you get into aftershaves and perfumes and you start to learn about top notes and things like that, and bass tones and blah blah blah, and how it all works, and the difference between eau de parfum and eau de toilette and then parfum itself, etc. Like, just have a wider variety of knowledge. Maybe go and learn about history and how, like, the word cravat, for example, in fashion comes from the French, the Croatian mercenaries who went to France, and they wore them and they called them croats as a Croatian, and the cravat is the French word for croat, Croatian, and that's why the cravat comes around. Learn things like that do come up in conversation and that you can come up and have talks about, because otherwise you're talking about work and gym. I'm so intrigued to see what these people that just do work and gym talk about with women on first dates, for example. What do you talk about? What do you talk about? Because personally, me, I would talk about a wider variety of topics than work and gym. And then women like you for your personality and not the income that you have and the body that you have. So if there's a message from this video, do go and learn a wider variety of topics, because otherwise you're going to have a negative perception of people that only like you for your personality, only like you for your income, and only like you for your physique. And that's going to give you a very bad perception of people and women.